It's WG, bring you SMB and welcome to another vid. There's only less than 48 hours left on the Timeless Aiona banner, as well as also less than 48 hours until the next units banner, which is going to be Quinn. So we're going to be using this video to discuss what you should and shouldn't be doing with your resources and my reasons for obviously offering those recommendations. So let's first, just so you have a baseline, start with the next character to arrive, which is going to be Quinn right here. So simply speaking, Quinn is a heavy armor bloodborne tank with a 3-cost low moon ult, while her specialties lay in safe healing, anti-death protection for teammates, and damage reduction capabilities. And as you can see, she arrives on August the 21st. What we know about her is that she has a basic attack that does basic attack damage, which is pretty simple. And whenever the amount of HP lost by your allies equals a portion of Quinn's max HP, she gains a stack of Laborious Scars. Laborious Scars is a buff where when Quinn's HP percentage falls below a threshold, we don't know that threshold yet, we will know it by tomorrow, or better said, by the 21st at like 4 in the morning, my time, like 12 hours before reset. What that does is it gives her a percentage of her max HP back, so she can heal herself the same way like a Bella can heal her puppets. Then we have the battle skill, where when Umbrella Shelter is the death protection debuff, when that one gets removed, Quinn restores another bit of percentage of her max HP, and here you can see what it does. Negates all incoming fatal damage within half a second, so a one-shot protection or a protection against death where you could then get healed up again for like half a second, and then you could get hit and die. We don't know the specifics about that yet. It's interesting to see if there's maybe like an invulnerability period involved with the Umbrella Shelter and stuff like that. We don't know that yet. And then we have the ultimate. The ultimate is not a channel, so it can't be interrupted, but it is a ult where she pretty much erases her parasol and just stays still, and you can't like spam cast her ultimate. But what she does do is she gives damage taken reduction low or minor to allies while giving herself damage taken medium. It should be all damage down, so reduced physical, reduced magical. And then she also continuously shares part of the damage received by allies, taking it onto herself, so a percentage of the damage that your allies take, she is going to take instead. And when the ultimate is cast, she gains a set number of Laborious Scars stacks. We don't know the number yet, which are the ones that can give her HP once she drops below a certain percentage. So overall, one-shot protection, self-healing, and the like. Now let's talk about the specifics of how this one is actually going to, like you could say, influence the game. First off, she is a tank, so she's not as important as a buffer or DPSs, but tanks will definitely have their part in PvP, they will have their part in story, though in, let's say, content like Prophecy and Night of the Hunt, you don't tend to see them as often because they don't deal any damage, and damage is most of the time the deciding factor. Outside of that, you also have another prevalent Bloodborne tank already, and that is Bella. Bella herself is uniquely strong because of the fact that she can summon these puppets. She's also one of the only units I've upgraded past 7 outside of Timeless Aiona, and she is absolutely worth that. Because what she does is every 8 seconds she summons these puppets that get up to 64% of her defense as well as her HP and also her attack, but that's not as important. The crazy part about these puppets is not only do they take the aggro because they get targeted in place of Bella, but they can also block one-shots, they can destroy boss mechanics, she can heal the puppets herself as well as any other summons by 5% of her max HP every 2 seconds, and then she can also summon another puppet with a stun if she so desires. But this Muse Masquerade special is really what makes Bella this strong, this prevalent, because no matter what, Bella will always be able to buy time with this. And especially if you cannot outright just kill her puppets faster than she can summon them, you've basically lost already. So if, for example, an enemy cannot kill Bella's puppets before she summons the next set, Bella is immortal. Alright, so that is Bella. Bella also has the dedicated Silver Shadow Chronometer, and then on the side of tanks, or let's go to tanks in general, we do also have someone like a Transcendent Amy. Why does it? Oh yeah, because I don't have. We're currently on my free to play. You'll know why. But yeah, we currently have also Transcendent Amy and Friedrich as other options. So let's talk about the main point. Quinn doesn't read like a must-have, must-summon, must-get, must-use, super story pusher or whatever. She's also not a limited unit. She will enter the pool after her banner runs out, which means you will be able to get her in the future from perfect charge, from friendship summons. Friendship summons are very important. And any other source of getting SSRs, like for example Bloodborne Shards, which you could start saving. So that's the lay of the land. Now, what I expect is for her to not necessarily do anything crazy. Yes, she's probably going to be better or want to be run alongside of a Bella in arena. There might be an interaction, between her death invulnerability and the summons themselves. If she can make Bella summons invulnerable to death for half a second, that would already add another layer of complexity to it. We don't know that one yet. But overall, she does not scream overly powerful, overly necessary. At the end of the day, you can finish the whole story. You can get as far as you need to just with time, resources, and timeless Aiona. And that brings us to the main point of this, and that is if you have any kind of resources left, really any kind of resources. This is currently our free-to-play account where we went to 113 summons to get ourselves a timeless Aiona. And then I was able to go all the way from 14.7 to 15.8 in the same day and unlock, the highest quality of gear. If you have any resources left and you don't have 4 copies of Timeless Aiona, you can still summon. Reason number 1, we're going to have 3 weeks of downtime. The 21st is going to introduce Quinn, is not a must summon. The 28th is going to introduce Agnes. She might be really good, but she will most likely just be a DPS and she won't be on the level of Timeless Aiona. There's just no way. And on top of that, we are also getting Agnes for free. We're getting the unit on the 28th for free through an event anyway. So you have 3 weeks you don't need to summon. From the 21st to the 28th and from the 28th to September 11th is, I believe, when this update runs. So yeah, you'll have all that time, because I do believe September 11th, so I think the banners are even a bit longer this time, like almost a month. It's a bit weird, but you'll have all that time to save up more resources, save up more stuff. Keep in mind, the moment Timeless Aiona disappears from this banner, she's going to be really hard to get, because not only do you need to hit an ancestor, you then also only have a 1 in 7 that it turns out to be Timeless Aiona. Now, why would it be important to get Timeless Aiona multiple copies? Not only would you be able to get her on your tree, right, if you get to level 200, but that's besides the point. What you gain is these stat increases right here, like for example, around 200 extra attack. But more importantly, the reason why 3 copies is so nice is because you can increase the max affinity level. On our free-to-play, after 113, we only got 1 Timeless Aiona. I still use and will use all my resources to try and hopefully get a second one, so that we can, for example, increase the friendship level from 10 to 20, which should overall net us anywhere from 350 to 400 attack, which is not to be underestimated. So once you do have 4 Timeless Aionas, if you are in that situation, you're basically done. You can continue getting more Timeless Aionas in the future, but at the end of the day, Timeless Aiona is the strongest unit in the game. She's in pretty much every piece of content. She's going to be your top team for like any foreseeable future content, really. And I guess the only demerit you could name would be not having a fleeting Bella to go alongside of her. But the only thing that does is reduce Timeless Aiona's single target competitive ceiling. It doesn't really affect her impact in story, in tower, or wherever. It's not necessarily that Timeless Aiona needs Fleeting Bella. Fleeting Bella just makes Timeless Aiona even better. But even if you don't have a Fleeting Bella, you still want more Timeless Aionas, or you should at least attempt it. If you don't want to attempt it, that's fine too. Just know that you're basically not going to have like any must chase, any must summon targets anyway for the next 3 weeks. So no matter what, you should be able to save up probably 40, 60, 70, 80, 90 summons at the pace the devs are going in between now and potentially September 11th, where we might get another type of banner. I mean, if you check out the system notification right here, It's always been this way. Let's see. That's the limited shop. That's the singularity. Let me check out the banner dates. Yeah, see, it goes from like the 28th to September 11th, and on September 11th we're going to get another character. That is pretty much guaranteed. So yeah, once again you see how they become available through all these sources anyway, so that's why they aren't as important. So I hope that helped you to a degree. I am using whatever I just told you on this account here too, and trust me, if you have any resources, just invest them into Timeless. It is worth it, its weight in gold. So let's, for example, also right here get ourselves some max knowledge. But yeah, the most important part for Timeless, get that basic attack up as high as possible. And these skills aren't that important. The only reason I upgrade them so high is for BP. Focus on getting basic attack to level 10, ignore the rest, get the Eye of Truth to level 5, and then go to like Shadow Chronometer and the like. But yeah, that's the lay of the land. Use any resources you have at the moment. I don't think there's going to be anything anywhere close to Timeless T.Aiona's level of impact. Like, especially use the resources if you still have 0 copies, because you get a significant boost from any of the next further 3, and you never know, you might get lucky. Peace!